Like, oh, it sucks because it's incurable. So it's anything that's incurable, it's scary to get.
Yes.
Just the idea of it being incurable, it feels like a scary thing, you know? But
and is this the first person you've ever encountered, like dating or even sleeping with, that disclosed to you, hey, I have herpes?
Yes.
See, isn't that so interesting? Because it's like the numbers are so high,
but no one's disclosing.
Like,
yeah,
there's definitely women.
It's an interesting thing.
You've slept with and have it.
It's a unnecessary. It's the stigma itself is like created by people, and it's an unnecessary thing that just makes people with herpes feel worse.
Yeah,
when it's just like, if people are just like more open about it. You know, like from what I've understood, because like I did like, you know, it did take me a little bit. I was like, all right, I want to read up and stuff. But from what I understand, like, you know, having sex with someone with herpes in a way can be safer because you know exactly when not to go into the house.
Well, and they've done studies and you are more likely to get it from someone who doesn't know that they have it.
Yes.
Because there's no awareness to them that they have it. And also they don't know if they have anything that maybe triggers it or an outbreak is coming on.
Exactly.
Or they're just not on medication.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, in a way, it's like safer.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shooters Gotta Shoot. I am your host, Erica Spira, and I have a great guest for you guys this week, as always. But first, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. You're right here. It's free. And you'll definitely want to subscribe because I'm going to be plugging my homeboy special on this episode, so you're going to check out his channel too. Also, if you want to help out the show, join the Patreon, which is patreon.com/shootersgottashoot. We have a preview at the end if you want a little taste, see what's going on there. It's a bit of a solo pod now and gets a little juicy behind the scenes. So you want to join that? It's just $5 a month. We have a live show coming up that's going to be for Patreon only. We're almost at 300 members, so make sure you don't miss it. Patreon.com/shootersgottashoot. So without further ado, hit it, Fonzie. My guest for today, he has been on The Late Show at James Corden and The Tonight Show. He plays all over the country, headlining all over. Please put your hands together for the very funny Raanan Hershberg. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
And I also meant to plug your special. Literally came out yesterday. Jokes from the Underground.
Yes, it did come out yesterday.
And it's free on YouTube.
Free on YouTube. You can go to YouTube or you can go to jokesfromtheunderground.com and it'll take you to the special.
Yeah, and I was there.
You were there.
I was at the live taping. I brought a handful of homies.
Oh, that's right, you did, yeah.
Because I know you're funny. You know what I mean? Like when people are like, come, and you're like, well, I'm just going to come. I'm not going to I'm not going to bring other people.
I remember you brought a whole table of tall women, I believe.
Yeah. Well, it's truly a skill to be able to really headline.
Yeah.
And I've seen you really headline. And so I was very excited that, one, you were making a special, and two, I was more than happy to bring some friends.
I appreciate your support. You're great.
Oh, yeah,
great comic. And we've spent a lot of time together. I've thrown up in your mom's bathroom, so we go way back.
Up at my childhood house.
Yeah,
how about that?
It's a level of intimacy you don't reach with a lot of people.
Listen, I mean, if you can crush shows in Binghamton, you can crush anywhere, baby. That's what they say. That's the real test of Hollywood is Binghamton, New York.
But you know the girl I used to date. She was a fan of your podcast.
Wait, I kind of remember you telling me.
Did I tell you this?
It was a girl you met online, right?
I met another girl online, and this was her friend who I ended up dating afterwards.
It was
a confidential situation.
Wait. No, now you need to back up.
All right, this is a dating podcast. I can't just skim over that.
Yeah, you can't. You're like, well, we don't need the dating details. No, I do.
I met someone on Bumble.
Okay.
And we were dating.
Like how many dates we talking?
We dated for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh, okay. Legit, like a legit mini relationship, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And at one point during it, I met like a friend of hers, and then we broke up. And then like a couple months later, her friend messaged me. We were just talking, but then I was like, yeah. The other girl was already in a new relationship.
Yeah,
so
still a little sketch. Friend DM.
It's a little sketch, but I was
like,
thinking,
how close are they? That's my question.
They weren't super close.
Well, clearly
but I didn't
not.
But I did meet her through her. But they weren't like super close. But they were close. But I was like, it is sketchy, but I don't think it's sketchy on my part.
Well, it came to you, so I understand.
But I'm not like, what am I doing sketchy?
I mean, if anything, this story is shocking to me because I don't look at you and go, I mean, Raanan is running around out there with all the women. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
he'll take you and your friend. like that's not the vibe I ever get from you.
No, it's not. You know, we were vibing and like give it a shot. But like,
wait. But who made the move to the date? Like, was she being like, oh, let me know when you have a show, I want to come, or like, let's go drink sometime?
I made the move, but I felt like she was flirting with me.
She
thought I was flirting with her.
That's a lie. She initiated the whole thing.
No, I don't know. It's like confusing who initiated, but I definitely at a certain point I was like, hey, you want to, I did whatever you call it.
Yeah.
The whatever or something shit, you want to get coffee, a dinner or something. Well, I'm sober, so it's always dinner.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, but real quick, is she still friends with that girl? Do you know?
I don't know if it's. Oh, they were friends for a while.
Like while you dating the
I think
second
they're still
girl,
friends. I think they're still friends.
They were still friends.
Yeah. They were friends.
But you never had a run-in of I'm dating this friend and y'all are hanging out together at the same
party? It was weird for a little bit.
I can imagine, but there was mixing of the two.
Yeah. Well, at one point I was at a party. Does this make me look like an asshole?
No, because I'm just curious of the story because now I'm like, the first relationship, who broke up with who? Did you get dumped?
First relationship. I think I broke up and then I asked to get back together.
Oh, okay. You came back. She denied the comeback?
No. we came back and then we kind of mutually.
You know what's so funny? I came into the episode today a little like, Raanan's not this big dater. I wasn't 100% sure what we'd talk about. And wow, you are bringing material to the show.
Oh, I just don't talk about dating a lot.
I know. You don't in your
I
bits.
don't talk about it in my stand-up,
Right.
I don't know why. I just never talked about it.
I'm not shitting on you for not. It's just interesting if I'm like, wow, I didn't see this story coming. This is really throwing me for a loop.
Yeah.
I don't, it's like with anything in dating, it's like, yeah, you're probably an asshole to somebody. So I'm not sitting here like, I mean, you're a huge asshole.
If we're all judged by our like purely sexual relationships, I don't think most of us are looking good.
Purely sexual relationships?
Or I mean like our non-platonic relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, in general in life.
People have like you can kind of judge people by two different things, by their relationship platonically with people and their dating relationships. It's two different like people in a way.
I was just going to say in general in life, it's like the thing where sometimes you have the anxiety of everyone hates me.
Yeah.
And I don't have that. And I think it's because I sit there and I go, well, I don't like a lot of people.
Right.
That I'm like, of course, there's going to, of course, be people that do not like me.
Right.
And some are for valid reasons because I've done shitty things in life. And some are just people go, I don't know, I just don't fucking like her.
Right.
And I've said that about so many people. Men, women, whoever. Like, and a lot of times you're like, I don't know, just not my vibe.
Yeah.
And when you think of it that way, you're like, yeah.
That's most people, yeah. So, but yeah, no, they both came to my special taping, and I'd broken up with, we had broken up. The other one I'd broken up too with me.
So second girl, the friend, dumped you.
Yeah, the second one was interesting. The second one, we were dating for a couple months. I think it was unclear if it was like exclusive or not.
Well, that was going to be my question with both these women were either of them your girlfriend?
Nah, I think it was teetering on it for.
So you didn't want them to be your girlfriend is the real question.
I don't think I was looking for a relationship at that point.
Yeah.
But it was a little unclear with the last one. So at one point I was going to Europe for like 5 weeks.
Which is pretty sweet.
Which is in a long time. And I was like,
gigs, yeah.
And I didn't know, I thought we were exclusive, so I wasn't hooking up with anyone. But I never had that conversation. It's always awkward. You got to wait for the conversation, you know what I mean? Or figure it out. You
don't bring it up ever?
I do sometimes, but it's just.
I feel like people only bring it up if they really want it to be more.
No, yeah, I know, but sometimes it's assumed too, I feel like.
Yeah, well, a lot of us assume. But I mean, like, the person that brings it up, it's because they, like, want it to definitely be that thing.
Right.
No one's are we exclusive? Because I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Like, no one brings up the word if they want it to be a no.
We were in bed together, and I was going to Europe, and I was like, is it cool if we're, like, open while I'm in Europe? And then she was like, I thought we were already open. Touche.
Yo, how great would it be if she, maybe not great, but how great would it be if she didn't actually mean that? It just was her way of being like, I'm gonna flip this on him.
Well, it might have been, but I will say it's very upsetting when you're trying to get out of something only to find out you're never in a relationship to begin with.
Buddy, I've been there. Yeah, we've all been there. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Wow, so they really are just true comedy fans that came to your special taping.
I date people just to have people eventually come to my shows. I'm going a very long way for developing a fan base.
That's one way to do it. There's one way to do it.
They both and my other ex came to my taping.
How many exes do you have, Raanan?
I don't know.
Are you typically a girlfriend guy?
No, I date a lot for
a couple months.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better. You know,
trying to get better. And what, the commitment part?
Yeah, well, the first one I dated longer, but like. Yeah, I have trouble with it, but I'm trying. I'm in a relationship now. I'm happy about it, so.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to get into this now.
Well, I don't know, but we can talk about it. But like, I was just saying, wait, what was I saying about this? But yeah, all three of them were there, and it was all amicable.
Yeah.
When you're kind of dead inside, you can kind of just like be friends with everyone afterwards, You know
what probably helped the fact that they knew each other?
Yeah.
The minute it ended with the second one, they probably had a nice little shit-talking session.
Well, there was
about you.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting part where I was at the second one's party and the first one was there. So it was all good by this point. But then I brought up like a book I had bought as a gift to the one I was dating then, and the other girl was like, "Oh, that's the same book you bought me."
Oh, you pulled the worst move.
Well,
every man does this.
I always buy everyone the same gift.
That's what I'm saying. Every man does this.
But it's a book I like.
Isn't this a special?
But it's a book that it's a book. It's revolutionary.
But do you only like one book, Raanan?
No, but it's like, it's just a book I love. Yeah.
Is it your favorite book of all time, would you say?
One of them, yeah. Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates.
It makes it a little
hilarious
better.
It's just about a really awful marriage.
Makes it a little better.
It's like
about an awful marriage?
Yeah, that ends in basically death. But
that's your exit move? You're like, I'll get him this gift.
It's an awful marriage
chapter 10.
that ends with the woman wanting so hard to get out of it that she gets pregnant and she tries to serve her own abortion and then dies.
This is your favorite book?
One of them, yeah.
Or is this the way you're like, ladies,
no,
Roe v. Wade is a problem. And I want you to know I'm on the right side of history.
That's
Check
right,
out this book.
But yeah, so so they're all there, so it was good,
This is like shocking to me.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I feel like you're very much kind of a workaholic, and also I have gotten the vibe you're a girlfriend guy. That I feel like anytime I talk to you, you usually are only dating one person. Like you don't.
I'm
seem
usually
to be
only dating one person, but it doesn't usually. Yeah, no, I'm usually just dating one person. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You have a lot less. Can I say nervous energy in relationships than I thought you would?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I thought you'd be a little more anxious, nervous, like especially date one girl, then date the friend. I would think your brain would be on fire.
I'm not that kind of guy usually. It just happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm more of a, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't usually do the switcheroo, but it all worked out. Everyone's fine. I think they might not be friends anymore, but overall,
yeah. I mean, I think we could see that coming.
No, I think they're still friends.
Hopefully, would it be like, all right, you date one guy I dated, fine, and then she pulls the move again, and she's like, all right, this feels like not a real friendship. Now it just feels like a very one-sided. You're just using me to meet men.
I know.
Like you're just taking all my leftovers. A little weird.
But yeah, so I date people for a little bit, but
you have a girlfriend now, correct?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend now.
And interestingly, your girlfriend also has herpes.
She has herpes.
Yeah, also as in me, but not you. You don't have it.
Oh yeah, I do not have it. Yeah, yes.
So this is what I feel like kind of more
She
rare.
said I could talk about it.
I mean, I felt like that was clarified.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, we don't name names, but interestingly, of like a lot of times people ask me of like, I guess what helps the stigma. I'm like, I think what actually would help more is people that don't have it, like yourself.
Yes.
That have dated someone at some point.
I am a hero.
That have.
It's really the nice thing about dating someone with herpes is you can be a hero just by fucking.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I'm like a progressive. We shouldn't stigmatize, and all I have to do is fuck.
Yeah, and if you don't wear a condom, you get a Purple Heart from the government. I heard.
That's why, like, segregation was horrible, but it was like fucking a black woman is like heroic, or having an interracial dating, and it's just fucking,
Yeah.
Not saying it's on that level, but I'm not saying herpes is the
the
black people of the 50s.
We're not. Yeah.
I didn't really know much. I mean, I was like most people's herpes, where it's like, oh, it sucks because it's incurable. So it's anything that's incurable, it's scary to get.
Yes.
Just the idea of it being incurable, it feels like a scary thing, you know. But
and is this the first person you've ever encountered, like dating or even sleeping with, that disclosed to you, "Hey, I have herpes"?
Yes.
See, isn't that so interesting? Because it's like the numbers are so high,
but no one's disclosing.
Like,
yeah,
there's definitely women.
It's an interesting thing.
You've slept with and have it.
It's a unnecessary. It's the stigma itself is like created by people, and it's an unnecessary thing that just makes people with herpes feel worse.
Yeah,
when it's just like, if people are just like more open about it. You know, like from what I've understood, because like I did like, you know, it did take me a little bit. I was like, all right, I want to read up and stuff. But from what I understand, like, you know, having sex with someone with herpes in a way can be safer because you know exactly when not to go into the house.
Well, and they've done studies, and you are more likely to get it from someone who doesn't know that they have it.
Yes.
Because there's no awareness to them that they have it. And also they don't know if they have anything that maybe triggers it or an outbreak is coming on.
Exactly.
Or they're just not on medication.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, in a way, it's like safer. Mm-hmm. But also it's like, you know, so it seems like to me from what I've read, I don't know everything, I'm not a researcher, but it seems like from what I've read, people who have herpes symptomatically is 10% of the people who have herpes. Like 10% of the people who have herpes are symptomatic.
Like it never really shows.
Yeah, or 90%
never really show. Yeah. And that's like me. I only had my first outbreak, and then I essentially have not had an outbreak since.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was on the meds, like daily meds every day for the first year I had it, partly because I was so scared.
Yeah.
And I was 25 when I got it, then I turned 26, and I was off my parents' health insurance. So I had like a couple months where I didn't have health insurance, and I needed to figure it out. And so then I couldn't refill my prescription, so I just stopped taking it and was like, well, I'm not seeing anyone right now, so let me see how it is.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any outbreaks. And also, I feel like it's good for everyone to have a period where they don't take meds and just be like, okay, see if anything triggers it.
So you haven't had any outbreaks? You've only had one?
No, I really haven't. And what's so funny is there's only been a couple times where I was like, oh, something feels off. I'll have Valtrex on hand that I can take a couple if I need to. But it's so funny if I would, and then fast forward to like, oh, it was a yeast infection.
Right.
Like it always was something else with your vagina that you're like, oh, it wasn't even herpes like I thought it might be.
Right. A lot of variables down there.
But yeah, I have type 1, which is, quote, cold sores, what people say. But you can get it
right
on your genitalia. So it is the one that you are less likely to have frequent outbreaks.
Yes.
But I know people that have both kinds, both spots, either get outbreaks like on schedule with something and a trigger, or get nothing.
Right.
So it is a weird thing also to have it and basically be like, but I never actively have it.
Right.
And it's still something you have to disclose to people. Like, it almost feels like more like being bipolar.
You're like a light-skinned black person, you know?
Me? Oh, Jesus.
You're part of the black community, but you don't look like it. So you haven't had to deal with a lot of the prejudice.
I guess. Something like that. I don't know. This is stretching. I said bipolar, and you went light-skinned black person. I was like, I don't know what turn we just took. Raanan.
Like a light-skinned black person in like the 50s or something. Are my racial comparisons not good?
I understand what you're saying of you're like almost like from a distance.
A Jew who's not circumcised.
Okay. All right. Well, I think bipolar makes more sense of like
that's probably better.
People that have like bipolar disorder and take medication, have it under control, know how to handle it. It's still this thing they feel they need to like disclose to people.
Yeah.
And also might be a deal breaker.
Right.
But it's weirdly something that it's like, oh, well, as long as you are treating this correctly and like have this under control per se, it's like, oh, it actually doesn't really affect this relationship at all.
Right.
And I think, I don't know, I just feel like herpes is a little bit the same way.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like I wouldn't want, what it came down to is if I had herpes, I wouldn't want someone not to have sex with me. So I just follow the golden rule.
You went the empathy route? I like that, though.
I can understand empathy if you put it in there.
Imagine someone saying no to having sex with you.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that so sad?
You should do it to others. What you should fuck others as you would have them fuck you. And and I just think think it would be wrong. And it's 10%. So it's really the unluck of being symptomatic, not even the unluckiness of getting herpes. A lot of people have herpes. Just 10% are like the ones you're showing. So it's like,
and you technically can pass it either way.
We fucked over the 10% by being a little like, I don't want to deal with the fact that I might have herpes too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
this will all change if I get herpes. I'll be like, be like, it's a terrible
You'll
disease.
be like, God, no. Hell no. No, it's just like, obviously, if I say herpes isn't a big deal, you partly believe it because it's like, well, I have it and I deal with it.
Yeah.
But the other part is like, well, of course, someone that has it is going to say that.
Yeah.
So it's just like weirdly more valuable to someone like you who you're like, well, I don't have it. I'm seeing someone. I've consistently been sleeping with someone that has it.
Yeah.
And the fact that you just go, I don't have it. I didn't contract it.
Oh, we don't have sex. I just jack off.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No. But it eliminates everyone's
I wear
fear.
a bubble and.
Yeah. But like we had Joe List and Sarah on.
Oh, yeah.
Tomash, and
Which, by the way, they live in my building, so it's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You just have the herpes building. I'm
The
moving in
herpes
next.
building, yeah.
Let me know when their apartment's open. Then we all can just get it.
Yeah,
you know?
she's never gotten it.
No, exactly. And like they're a great example of like been together a long time.
Yeah.
And Joe actually doesn't take medication every day. And they're just like, yeah, Sarah still doesn't have it. So it's
And
like
she maybe does, but is asymptomatic.
so
right?
it's never shown up in tests.
But they don't test for it anymore.
It's not in typical routine testing. You have to
Yeah.
ask for it.
But she's
so
asked for
basically
it?
if you go to get STD tests or to STI testing, excuse me, and they don't draw blood, you are not being tested for herpes. So if
Yeah.
you get tested for HIV, it's included in that test.
Oh,
But
okay.
some doctors will pull that test. You are positive for herpes and still not tell you.
Really?
Because if it's type 1, everyone goes, oral herpes, cold sores.
But
and I'm like, it's the
in
same
a way,
thing.
it adds to the stigma, all this like secrecy, I think. You know what I
It
mean?
does, but also doctors often don't because they know it's like mentally is going to fuck you up
But
way more than,
that's
physically.
part of the stigma to be like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? It's like maybe we should be more open about it. You have you have it, and so does your fucking mailman, and that squirrel. You know
just
what I
break
mean?
HIPAA. Tell
Well,
me
I'm
all my neighbors. Tell me everyone.
I'm just saying, like, the stigma seems unfair. It seems like certain people are for certain people to feel good, they have to make other people feel worse.
Yeah, and there's been some history of the stigma actually was mostly created when Valtrex was created.
Oh, really?
Because when Valtrex first came out, it was
PR.
after the free love movement, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like everyone was worried about AIDS and other diseases. Like it was like, back then it was like, you got herpes, you're fine. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, that's not deadly at all.
It's just bumps on your dick that go away after a little bit.
Yeah, and similar to like genital warts,
Yeah.
which is a version of HPV, right? But then when Valtrex was created, they started like campaigns to make it
the old PR
more
trick.
stigmatized.
Wow.
Yeah, because when it first was invented, right, it would just be like, you have the outbreak, take some Valtrex. That's it. It goes away. But it was like, if we get people to have this fear, they'll take one pill every day
That's
as
the old,
opposed to like 10 a year.
The old Edward Bernays, you know him?
No, I don't.
He was Freud's nephew who basically created PR, one of the main guys who created public relations in America.
Okay.
But it was originally called propaganda.
Mm.
And him and the other guys in that kind of coined the term public relations. So all advertising and marketing is propaganda,
Right.
but just for companies as opposed to in Germany when it was for, Hitler or whatever. But we're still like, so much he invested so much propaganda into selling things, but how to really sell things is to change people's view of the thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he got women to start smoking cigarettes by doing a campaign that showed women like smoking and looking independent and stuff and like feeling it and associating it with independence. So it's just this real sneaky thing where you can like use PR to just sway the masses' perception of something, and that's what ultimately sells,
Right.
So that so now the stigma sells, which is crazy. Yeah.
And the thing that's hard about like being in your position, right? Someone that's dating someone that has herpes. So whether you were dating them currently or you dated them in the past, it's like as much as like conversations might come up about herpes and you so badly want to go, I've dated someone with herpes, it's not a big deal. A lot of times the follow-up is like, well, who? And
Right.
people always want to like know who when it's like, it doesn't matter. All I'm trying to say is I dated someone that has it. I never got it. It's not a big deal.
Right.
And also by you disclosing that, you're indirectly like violating privacy of another person.
Right. And you're
So
like,
it's very like, I know people that have been in that situation and they're like, I would love to speak up. They're like, but it's not fair to my partner.
Right.
Because they would like to keep it private and they don't want people to know, which I 1,000% understand because obviously I was in the dark about having it for like, 3 years. My first 2 years I had it. I only told maybe like 2 friends.
Did you get pretty depressed or?
It was tough. The first year was very tough.
Really?
It was very, especially because it's your first year of like having to tell people that you have it. And also I dealt with like a lot of rejection from it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's very much something of I was 25 it's like the time in life most people only want casual sex, and even myself.
I know,
like,
it really sucks if you're into casual sex.
Like, that's the thing. I also wasn't being like, I want a boyfriend so
Yeah.
bad. So it just would be the natural progression of like, I'm at a party and there's someone there and I'm having a good time and like, I want to like hook up with this guy and then, you know, or essentially bring someone home.
It's hard to like slip in the conversation when you want to have that like casual, like, let's just go home and fuck. It's hard to slip in oh, by the way, I have herpes. Are you okay with this? Here's some reading material. Now let's go back to...
Yeah, it's very much like, how much info do I give?
It's a relationship STD.
It's kinda. For most people, they find it easier when it's like, oh, I actually am looking at this long term. But even then, I've had guys be like, I like you, but it's still that thing. It's like, it's almost like they're debating like, well, I don't know if I want to marry you.
Right.
Like a lot of people, it's like, well, but would I be with them forever? Like,
right.
It's like
I might be back in the single game, and then I have herpes.
Yeah, and it was very much a thing that I felt like I need to make a man fall in love with me fully, and then he'll be okay with this thing.
Well, it's good. It's making you try harder. Yeah. You need the incentive.
Well, it ended up not being the case, but it's just it was very, or especially being 25, I felt I was the first person that the other person would ever even hear. Like, I have herpes from.
Right.
Like, most people are like, no one's ever disclosed this to me, whether it's a friend, whether it's someone I'm about to hook up with. And so I've had several people that I was like the first bullet.
Right.
Then contact me later and be like, hey, I started seeing someone and they also have herpes.
Yeah.
And they just went, I didn't know how common it was.
And then, guys would be like, gross. And then they go eat out a girl with their cold sores in their mouth and give someone else herpes.
Thank you.
Never
Yeah,
know.
it's the same thing. Like, it's so funny when people are like, how should you disclose or talk about it? I'm like, literally how people talk about cold sores, where they go, oh, sometimes I get these bumps and I'll let you know. And that means we just can't do anything physically. That's it.
Yeah, that's really what it should be. I mean, I guess sometimes there's not worry about the shedding. That's all the one fucking rare variable. There's always got to throw in a goddamn variable.
Yeah.
That's the one variable. Sometimes when you don't feel the outbreak, you can still pass it. It's like, God damn you.
But like, the recent study they did on that was like 8 days a year.
8 days a year.
Yeah, and so it's like, all right, when you're really dating someone, Raanan.
Yeah.
Let's even say you were to live with that person.
Yeah.
Like, so you really were with them every night.
Yeah.
That you have the option to have sex every night. In most relationships, how often would you say you probably have sex a week?
Like once it gets more, I don't know, like 3 times a week.
3?
No.
What's your longest relationship? 3. Damn, Raanan.
Is that too high?
That's higher than I thought. This is going to disprove my point.
Yeah, no, I feel like I can hit those 8 days. I feel like I was like trying to do a low number. I have a pretty big libido.
I was like, all right, well, Palufo was on, and she said her and Steven are 2. Usually twice a week. Yeah.
Well, Steve needs his energy.
Seems to be on the higher side. The average.
Steve's a frail guy. He needs his energy. You know? He'll be ripped apart.
Oh yeah. You're just so big and strong and muscular, Raanan. Yeah. You and Steven have fight. Ooh.
I don't know. The minute you said 8 days, I'm like, I could definitely hit that. But
come on, you know what I mean? Like, out of 365 days a year, 8 days they're shedding, and most couples, it's one night a week they're having sex.
So you really just you're like, I have herpes, but don't worry. Eventually sex will get out of the relationship, so it's going to be fine. Don't worry. Eventually this will become a sexless relationship, and then you don't have to worry.
Yeah, then it's really not a worry for anybody.
That's your selling point now.
Yeah, I was like
8 days, but wait, how long are we going to keep?
All right, so even your high number, 3 days a week, 52 weeks a year. What's that? 158, 156?
I don't know.
156 days. All right, so there's 4. You got 4 days in there. You cut it from 8 to 4. That's not that bad.
Well, I'm still having sex with condoms, which I enjoy.
Okay.
I enjoy having sex with condoms. You know what
Interesting.
I mean? But yeah, you go longer.
Wait, that's why you wear them, to go longer?
No, I mean, I wear them just to wear them, you know.
Because of the herpes or your own anxiety of getting someone pregnant?
Both. Yeah.
Both?
I mean, but the pregnancy too. Yeah, pregnancy. Yeah.
And is this like with
I
all partners?
I would wear condoms no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not accusing you. I'm like, is this? Oh, no.
I have not worn condoms before with sex.
Yeah.
And, you know, I tend to freak out about it. You know.
No, I mean I've known plenty of men actually that where I'm in relationships, like in committed relationships, where they're like, I sleep better at night.
My buddy,
knowing
who's married for years, she's on the pill, and he got a vasectomy, and he still wears condoms.
Really?
I was like, you don't need condoms because you don't have balls to begin
that's
with.
weird. Yeah. You still have balls after a vasectomy.
No, I mean, I meant that.
I know what you mean. It's
balls.
like, you also could just, if he's really that worried, I'd be like, go get it tested. And they'll be like, yes, you are sterile now.
Yeah,
like, if you really needed to make sure.
But I don't mind condoms. You go a little longer, you know. Sometimes if I fuck without condoms for a while, it's fine. But if I go from condoms and then I like fuck without a condom, I like come so quickly. I'm not used to it.
Yeah, I have heard this. But
have you observed it?
No, it's more. I was gonna say you have the opposite thing of what I've encountered with men. Is I feel like when guys are in relationships, they're not using condoms. So it's like when you meet someone and you first start dating, or at least for me, it's like, yeah, if this is not exclusive, we're not sleeping with other people, then condoms are being used.
Yeah.
And I find those guys can't stay hard with the condom because they were just off, not using them.
It is tough sometimes. Yeah.
So it's for me, I'm like, I deal with the opposite switch. Where it's like they just lose the erection putting the condom on.
Well, it's tough sometimes because like it's kind of like that casual sex thing. If you want to come in and just start fucking someone, it's tough to be like, oh, but let me get out a condom, But
to be smooth.
Yeah, it's hard but what I do is I put condoms on every shelf. So wherever you're fucking,
this is your move?
This is my move. Wherever you're fucking, I can just grab a condom.
How many shelves do you have in your apartment? You're like, they're on every shelf.
Put a condom on a shelf, put it on a coffee table, put it, just in case we want to fuck in a different area of the room. Because it sucks to have to leave and get a condom.
This is just more like, this is like, if you brought me home to your apartment, I'd just be like, oh, this guy's really trying to fuck me. He's just like,
it doesn't work well when I bring
subtle hints everywhere.
It doesn't work. No, well, only if I know someone's, she's coming over or something. I'll try to put the condoms around,
No, but even more so then, Raanan. Like it's just so like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
like they're not even a drawer.
But I don't mind condoms, and I think it's good. I also like condoms. Like the thing about without condoms, you got to pull out.
What? I mean, without them. Sorry. I thought you meant with them.
No.
I was like,
I'm sure
you might need anxiety meds. I was like,
I'm sure my buddy with the vasectomy does. He pulls out too. With the condom.
Jesus. Both of you need some anxiety meds.
No. But without condom, you tend to, want to pull out. And I don't like pulling out. You know what I mean?
You do or don't?
I don't like pulling out.
Yeah, I can imagine that also messes the flow.
Yeah, that messes the flow. So no matter what, the flows, unless you're want to have a kid, the flow's getting messed up.
So do you put a cup next to all your condom piles to come in when you pull out? Is that also?
No,
it's like, what is this, Zelda? She's like collecting rubies around the room? You're just waiting to see like where she wants to fuck? It's like, oh, she noticed them in the bathroom. I
use a condom and so I get to come inside. I mean, not inside the condom, but with a vagina around it.
Yeah, you're like, I get to stay in the house.
I get to stay in the house, yeah.
This is a very interesting argument for condoms.
I don't mind them,
I still don't think you should put them everywhere in your house. I think it's a little... It's also like, we're in New York, man. There's not that much space.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
How old are you? 37?
38.
38, yeah.
38.
I feel like you should be comfortable enough to take that pause and just go grab one, It also is a move that's like chivalrous in a way.
It's very chivalrous.
It's like very like, oh, look at that. He's going to go get one.
You know, just don't want to ruin the mood, Because it's interesting in movies. I'm always interested in movie sex versus real sex.
Okay.
Because the movie sex, it seems like
and you mean movies, not
movies, not porn.
Okay.
In movies, no one seems to ever wear a condom.
Yeah, no.
Like someone will just go home, like for the first time, they'll just go home and just fuck in the hallway, which is crazy anyway. Fuck standing up, which is complicated, but always done smoothly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And but obviously there's not, like in fucking whatever, Decent Proposal or whatever, or like some movie, you're never like, all right, hold on, let's get a condom. It's always like it's just a fuck,
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you never have the condom scene in movies.
No, and also, it's also like the woman is coming in like 2 seconds.
The woman, not just that, the guy comes early in every movie.
Really?
Well, if you think about it, it's always like, I mean, I guess it's an editing thing, but in a movie, a guy's like let's say they fuck in a car. That happens in movies, right?
Yeah. They also make that look very easy.
Yeah, which is not. But she'll be on top of him, and there'll be like 3 pumps. It'll come. And it's like coming early, but you're supposed to just like, that's the interesting thing about porn and movies. In porn, people fuck for way too long. In movies, they fuck for way too short, and then the average guy's like, I don't know what the right length is. Because in porn, it's like 2 hours, which is insane or some shit. Like, the woman would be bored by that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's the length of sex? What's the correct length of a dick? Yeah. It's very confusing.
I know. It is very confusing. But
I was going to say, I remember specifically one scene. They do grab a condom in a movie, and it's actually an old movie.
What movie?
Oh, what's up, Al? Just one sec. What up? This is my buddy, Allie.
Hey, how are you?
She's the next guest. Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball. Which one's that?
It's It's a basketball movie.
Yeah.
I guess you haven't seen this?
No.
This is like one of the most popular basketball movies there are.
I feel like those are your two favorite interests.
To be honest, it's not one of my favorite movies.
Oh, really?
But every girl I played ball with, it's usually their favorite like romantic movie.
I don't know.
But it's she loses her virginity to the guy, and there is a quick reach. He grabs something. He grabs a condom.
I actually was just watching.
There is a little pause.
I was just watching 50 Shades of Grey today.
Oh.
To
typical
masturbate,
Tuesday
not watching
movie.
the whole movie, but
yeah.
But they
Just the highlights. I don't watch the whole thing.
I mean,
I'm
to be
not a
fair, it'd be
weirdo.
weirder if I was like, no, I just wanted to watch that movie. That'd be like more sick if I was just like, no, I'm just watching. Thought it'd be an interesting movie to watch. But he uses a condom in the scene actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Which funny, it's almost like that movie. They're like condom kinky.
I know.
It's like this guy's into everything.
That movie's hilarious because it's like he's like, "Are you ready to enter my world? Once you do, there's no going back." And she's like, "I'm ready." And then he just slaps her on the ass. And you're like, "I'm like, that's just sex." Like that's not like he actually like slapping is like the Marquis de Sade or something. Everyone who doesn't slap someone on the ass?
Hilarious. I have not seen the whole thing.
Well, me neither.
But I've just seen the clips that people share that are the most like he just like touches her leg and she's like, oh, and
I know it's like
this
insane. And welcome to my world. And he like lightly chokes her. That's just a relationship.
No, it's like maybe that just shows generational differences. It's like that movie or that book was like originally blew up in the like boomer market of women, and it's like their culture wasn't so much talking about sex or being aggressively sexual. And then that book is like, ooh.
But I guess the thing about the movie is that it acts like the domination shit is such a crazy thing, you know?
Yeah.
Even though it's like very common, you know?
Surprisingly is, yeah.
I hope. Otherwise, I am a pervert. No, but oh, if you were with a guy who had the kind of thing in 50 Shades of Grey and you went downstairs and you just saw all this beautiful velvet and like nice things and like still, you know, you'd be like, oh, this is really nice. Like you wouldn't be like, I'm scared to enter this world. You'd be like, oh, this is like nice. You got like a really nice, like you really got like the velvet and you really put a lot of effort. This is sweet. Like you wouldn't be like weirded out, I don't think.
Funny, I was just going to say, I would be like, oh, this dude's got money.
Yeah, exactly.
These toys are not cheap.
You're like, this guy's rich.
This is a real leather
like
whip?
The movie's like very prude in the way it like it would be like, oh yeah, and he has like these great like velvet, like, you know, blindfolds, just beautiful. Like you would be like you'd be like it's romantic. You wouldn't be like, you know, they treat it like he's taking her into a fucking dungeon. You know what I mean?
I read the books. Or two of them. I was like, by the third I was like, I'm tired of this.
Saying one is embarrassing.
It is. And what's so funny is I literally was I think 20 in college. So not even that sexually experienced.
And I heard it was, this is the thing everyone said, it was originally Twilight fan fiction?
Kind of, something like that.
How did that go? How did it go from vampires to werewolves to just like,
I don't know,
slap me on the ass again? Like,
I don't know. But the point is, in the book, this man was this crazy rich man.
Yes.
So it's like, more so, like, most women, I hate to say it, but crazy rich on that level. And then he's like, I have this dungeon, I want to do some stuff. They'd be like, well, I'll try it.
Of course.
I'll take one round. Yeah. But it was so funny reading that book. I'm 20. I don't even know that much about sex. And me and my best friend Jordan were like, this book is trash. This woman comes in a second from a finger. We're like, this is a lie. Like, and especially a woman who was like a virgin and never did anything. And we were just like, this woman doesn't know.
Coming after a second. That's fantasy land.
Yeah, true fantasy. I know. Anyway, I do have to wrap up, but I like to ask every guest a fun question of, since we are shooting.
I like how short this is, by the way.
Yeah, you know, I keep it tight. But I always like to ask every guest of, since we're shooters got to shoot before shooting your shot, can you remember a time that you shot your shot?
Ruined the situation.
No, not ruined it, but we like, if you have anything creative or interesting, like I'm curious, how does Raanan Hershberg shoot his shot? What's a memorable story that sticks out in your brain?
You know, I was dating this girl a while back, and she was great. She was young, and she was really hot, and I feel like I ruined it for just stupid reasons. I think she like wasn't enthusiastic about Biden, and then
I mean, for some people, very valid reason.
It was a valid reason. Well, I think she suggested not voting for him.
But where's the shooting your shot happen in this?
I kind of got mad about that, and then we broke up.
You're taking shooting your shot as in like you shot yourself in the foot. That's what you're taking.
Oh yeah. So what do you mean exactly? I don't know.
I mean, like you asked someone out. Like,
ask someone out.
Oh, you're just like, shoot. Yeah,
I'll tell you a really traumatizing one.
Okay, all right.
This was really. This is so upsetting. Well, I have a couple. Can I tell you two real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
One was hilarious. I made a move on a girl, and she broke away. She's like, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend." And I was like, oh, "That's fine." And then she
Just
goes,
like a physical move.
yeah. And then she goes, "I mean, we're in an open relationship, but," and I'm like, "You didn't have to tell me that part."
No.
Gonna be like, "I have a boyfriend, but let me be very clear. That is not why I'm not fucking you." It's because I don't find you attractive. You know?
That is horrible.
It was insane. Yeah, I was like, "Why would you tell me that part?" Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was one person.
Wow.
Yeah, she had alopecia too. Very cute though.
I mean, you made a move, so
I like
obviously
wigs.
cute.
So
Switch my way, make him feel like you're cheating.
So the second one was, I realized I had a crush on a girl, and I realized at a certain point in my life, I never asked a woman out on a date where I said the word date.
How old were you when you realized this?
Sadly, not that. Like it was like
you're the hangout guy.
You're
the want to hang out sometime guy.
Well, this was like 6 years ago.
Okay, all right.
So I was 30.
You're growing as a person.
I was 42.
You're in therapy.
I don't know. I'm not good at that shit. I don't know.
What would you usually say? Like, we should get a drink sometime? Like, would there be or no, you don't drink anymore, so I guess.
Well, you know what it was? I don't want to name names, but it was a comic. And I had a real big fear about asking a comic.
See, this is always
the
when
comic
it
world is tough.
No, it's just when you know them slightly.
Yeah,
is when people hesitate to make it definitive.
Yes, that was the problem.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know someone, I'll ask. And if it's obviously a dating app, I'm not like, "You want to hang out sometime?" Or whatever. No, you know. But like if it's a comic and you were like kind of afraid, like, it was tough.
Yeah, someone you work with.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask her on a date, you know. But I was terrified because I'm terrified like the comedy community, you know.
You know.
But I was like, I want to say the word date. And I got advice from a hot guy, which is a bad idea always. You should never get advice from a hot guy. Because they just...
I know who the hot guy was that gave you advice?
Connor Delahunty.
He's not that hot, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. He's tall. He's cute. Yeah.
But anyway, he was just like, just say date. It's not a big deal. Because I forget, like, you know.
Yeah, he's got that innocent boy face. Yeah,
and he's like good looking, so he can be like reveal his cards. I kind of need to weasel people in sometimes. Kind of trick them into it, you know.
Oh my god.
But so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finally say date. You know what I mean? So I say, hey, would you like to go? Oh no, I didn't say date. I chickened out. I said, would you like to get dinner sometime?
Yeah, but that's date fine.
And she said, sure. But then I said, oh, I was like, I want to make it clear. Oh, it's so bad. I go, just to be clear, I meant another date. Are you cool with that? And she just wrote back, no. Nothing else, just no.
I mean, here's the thing. Technically, no one owes anyone an explanation.
No one does, but it can still be rude. I'm not an incel here.
But like the other girl, she gave you an explanation. She was like, no. Also, I'm in an open relationship.
Yeah, they're either too, it's like the porn and sex. It's like either too long or too short.
Yeah.
Either too much of an explanation or not enough. I can't ever get it right.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was an awkward no. And because I'm like, and I tell this to people, because you tell it to women, they're like, she doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't want to. And I'm like, I'm not saying she has to fuck me. I'm just saying add a couple words to just make me feel better. You know what I mean? Or Jesus Christ, just say no. Just say I'm flattered, but I'm not really looking for that right now. That's all you have to say.
You want the no that men give, which is not really a no. That's what you want.
No,
you want some bullshit excuse.
But that's a nice thing to do. It's like sometimes this feminism gets to the point where like, no, that's just rudeness. You know what I mean? And I bring this up to women. They're like, she has a right to say no and spit in your face. Yeah, she has a right. I'm not saying she has the right to do whatever she wants, but I'm just saying if you asked a guy out on a date and goes on his date and he goes no, you would tell every woman that guy's an asshole.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. But women
no, because I've been rejected a lot.
Okay, well maybe not you.
I prefer that to the like, oh, I can't, but like, yeah, sometimes like I hate the vague and keeping me hanging on. I'm asking you a question.
I don't want vague. I'm flattered, but I'm not really looking for that right now.
But that's vague.
That's clearly no.
Because it makes you go, oh, it's not me. She's not saying no to me.
That's what I want. Why should we have to know? What, do you want the list of reasons?
Not a list of reasons, but I'm saying you wanted a no and an excuse. Of like,
all,
no, I'm not looking for...
I just don't think you should say no on a message in general. It's usually curt. You know what I mean?
What if she said, no, thank you? Would that be better?
That would be a little better. I had another one. I got to get out of here. I had another one, though. I've had so many rejections.
This is fun. I should have just talked to you about this, though.
I had another one that was hilarious. I was
like, please tell me all your struggles.
It was this girl, beautiful girl, but we had like coffee once, and I was like, I don't even think about it really, but I was like, hey, maybe we should hang out sometime. And she just messaged back, yeah, I'd love to platonically hang out sometime.
See, I could argue she was being nice.
That was
a nice no.
That
She was like,
nice.
before you even asked,
That was actually...
I'm going to slip it in.
That was actually brilliantly nice.
I think that's hilarious.
That is great. Because it's also not like,
she beat you to it.
I know we can't have sensitivity towards men ever again, yada, yada, yada. But, there is, I'm a good guy. I'm a nice
you are a
guy.
good guy.
There is rejection, shame.
Yeah.
And there is this primal fear of being like ousted from the tribe. You know what I mean? So when you're just like, you want a date? You want to go and get a date? They're like, no. There is this existential dread, All I'm saying is, and then it was really big. I got the no, and then I messaged back, haha, all good. And then she didn't respond to that. I was trying to give her like make it,
but like, what do you say to that? Like, I feel like you wrapped it up nicely. You went, all good, no worries.
I just don't. I don't subscribe to the thing where like, well, she has a right to. She has a right, but it's still rude.
And she wasn't. There weren't the typing dots. It was just a no.
Just a no, flat out no. No. I've never used the word date ever again. I'm like, you want to.
Well, I think because you said, I thought you were going to be smooth instead of go, just to be clear, this is a date. You were just going to go, it's a date.
Oh, it's fucked up. That was so bad. But now I realize with dates now, all you got to do is go, love to get dinner sometime. Let's get dinner sometime.
Yeah, or with people that it's a mutual friend group or work with, add just away from the group, away from comedy. I've done that. I've slid in my comedians' DMs, and I've been like, oh, would you like to hang out sometime outside of comedy? And I felt like that made it kind of clear.
A little
like,
autistic. Outside of our comedy professional world.
Yeah, I know, crucify me.
Want to get dinner sometime. I think that's good.
No, dinner's very nice.
Yeah, want to get dinner sometime.
Yeah.
Sometime. It's really a sometime.
This is very much an age thing, too. I used to have a couple where I would go on the vague and just go, I'll just see when I get there what this is. Yeah. And then you have enough of those where you misunderstand it either way of I don't think it's a date, and then or the other times I do.
But I feel like once you get old enough, I feel like it's always probably a date unless it's, you know what I mean?
Well, I've clarified it.
The closer you get to death, the more it's harder for people to cock tease each other.
Put it this way. If you ask someone vaguely, you want to hang out sometime? Yeah. If they say to you, like friends or a date, that is usually someone that wants the date part.
Oh, interesting.
Like when I've clarified that, it's like, I'm like, oh, I'll say yes either way, but that means I'm open to the date. Like no one's bringing up the word date that doesn't want it.
That's a good point.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's, Just ask. I think bold and direct is the best. But I mean, you got a girlfriend now, so.
I got a girlfriend now.
When that ends in a couple months.
No. We're going for the.
No, I'm kidding. I know your girlfriend. She's great.
Yeah, she's great. And all right, well, great. This is awesome.
I know. This is so fun. So everybody, make sure you check out
my special.
Raanan Special, which is Live from the Underground.
Jokes from the Underground.
Excuse me. Jokes from the Underground. But look them up.
And it's
Raanan Hershberg.
And you can watch it right now for free. It's on YouTube, but you can get it direct access by just going jokesfromtheunderground.com.
Yeah.
And also follow me on Instagram, Raanan Comedy, Raanan Comedy. But mainly watch my special.
Yes. Raanan. Comedy is your handle.
Comedy,
and look you up on YouTube.
Watch my special today, right now. I need views.
It's in it. I saw it live. It's incredible. It's great.
Oh, thank you.
Very funny. Send it to your parents. Your parents will love it too. Yeah. Everybody will love it. Send it to your cousins. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you can follow us at Shooters Gotta Shoot Pod. As always, I'm Sparrow with 2 A's. And stay tuned for a Patreon preview coming up next. See you guys next week. Bye. Again, just, you're like, oh my God, I've been horny. I finally felt horniness. It keeps kind of dying, but kind of coming back. What do I do? And I'm like, all right, well, guess we'll just have to take one for the team here. And, which, again, not the attitude we want to have going into sex. I realized telling this story out loud, I'm like, why did you have sex with this man, Erica? It's like, well, I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. If you want to hear the rest of this episode, join our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Shooters Gotta Shoot. For just $5 a month, you can get an extra episode a week of all the behind-the-scenes content, and we'll answer all your questions directly over there. You get the real juice, you get the real scoop, and you get a say in who we have on the show and what we talk about on the show. Patreon.com/Shooters Gotta Shoot.